So in this segment, we want to continue something we started last year that was really well received by you guys, and it was to take a look at some of the newest OEM vehicles that might appeal to people in our audience and people like us who want to modify and tinker with these cars from the day they get them. Things that will have aftermarket support built in or will be an amazing project car right out of the box. Some of them you won't even need to modify to appeal to the enthusiast, but we wanted to start with something that is a successor to one of the favorites from last year. So last year we took a look at the new Z, and we loved it when it first came out, but we're looking at the Z on steroids with the Nismo tuned version of the Z. This is pretty exciting. It's got a Nismo tuned engine, bumping the horsepower up to 420. Also has like 384 foot-pounds of torque or something like that. You also get all sorts of cool Nismo options. You get the aero, you get the seats, you get Nismo tuned suspension. You have the awesome 19-inch Nismo and raised collaboration wheels. There's so much more to talk about in this car. Love the paint finishes, love the accessories on the aero, especially the red stripe. That's very Nismo of them. You're also going to get Nismo / Akebono 4-piston front calipers with 15-inch rotors. And of course, it's the same 3.0 twin-turbo V6 that we all know and love from this car, but it's Nismo tuned, like we mentioned, so you get a nice bump in horsepower. And like I said, the Nismo Recaro seats, really nice. If you're going to start modifying this thing right from the factory, there are tons of aftermarket support from the Nissan Z. We recently checked out AMS Performance at SEMA, and we know those guys are modifying this thing to its fullest potential. So if you want to crank the horsepower even higher and have an even cooler looking version of the Z, you're definitely going to want to check out the new Nismo Z. So of course, if we're talking about OEM cars that appeal to enthusiasts that are going to modify them, you have to head over to the Subaru booth. And what we found here is new for 2024. It's the Subaru WRX RS. Now this does come as a bittersweet announcement because also this means the end of the STI. There is no STI anymore. This is going to be the closest thing you're going to get. So it is the WRX Rally Sport is what the RS means. And in the Rally Sport, you're going to get these exclusive wheels, which are absolutely crazy, that are only on this model. You're going to get improved suspension and handling with a nice tuned suspension package. You have the awesome Recaro Subaru collaboration seats, which are really nice. And you're also getting some high-performance Brembo brakes. These are some of the biggest brakes ever available on a Subaru. But if you're looking for a unique Subaru, maybe something that's a little on the sporty side, it is a manual transmission. It's no sunroof. They do keep sport in mind here. The RS is not a bad option. Now, of course, we can't talk about exciting OEM cars for enthusiasts without stepping into Subaru's Wilderness display. So this is where they've got their 3 off-road capable models on display. Specifically for this year, the Subaru Wilderness trims that are new and exciting. So they've got the Crosstrek, which won Auto Trader's Best Subcompact SUV Award, the Outback, which won Auto Trader's Best Compact SUV Award, and of course the Forester, one of the most iconic Subarus of all time. Now all the ones you're looking at here are available in what they're calling the Subaru Wilderness trim. It is the highest end trim for all of these models, and is perfect for off-roading, trail, camping, you name it, this is ready to do it all. From a style perspective, you see the anodized gold on top of all of them. For the roof bars, there's matching emblems and everything throughout. They're all raised a little bit. They are all on all-terrain tires with some cool black finishes that are sure to stand up to the abuse. Even inside, they're ready for the outdoors when you're inside the car. They have this all-weather, soft-touch interior, which is really nice, and matching gold stitching and gold accents throughout, really playing on that blue and gold heritage of Subaru. If you are suiting up for the off-road or suiting up for camping, like you can do with this guy here, these are definitely going to be top of mind. We can't wait to see some of these modified. I know we're going to see tons of these, be it on the trail or on the show floor. These are very capable vehicles from the factory. They've got lots of great style, lots of great features, and they make pretty okay power too. So it'll be exciting to see where these end up. All right, our fans of walking the line between muscle and luxury are sure to love probably the coolest looking Cadillac we've seen ever. This is the CT4V Blackwing. Did I get that right? Yes, I did. Part of what makes this so cool is it comes standard with a 6-speed manual, so they haven't given up on the manual. There's Brembo brakes, adaptive magnetic ride control, and like we mentioned, just shy of 500 horsepower. It makes 472 horsepower and 445 pound-feet of torque, and it's got all of the modern technology we expect from a luxury vehicle in a very sporty package. It is a twin-turbocharged 3.6-liter V6, makes just shy of 500 horsepower. And obviously, as you can tell by the look, the styling is super aggressive. You got factory canards, you have this insane gold paint, and all the things kind of a successor to the CTS-V of yesteryear. If you're looking for a V8 version, you're in luck, because over there we've got the CT5V, and that is going to be the Blackwing version of the V8. There's no confirmed power levels yet. It's still in pre-production, whereas this one here, you can already order from the factory. We are expecting to see these slammed with some cool wheels on them and air suspension in no time. I don't know if you'll be changing the sound system because it's really good. Got a chance to test that out already. And I'm sure people will be adding power to this very quickly. When the V8 comes out, you know it's going to be ridiculous. We'll see 1,000 horsepower ones within the first year or two. So definitely keep an eye on this. Cadillac is back, baby. Now, nothing is super new in Toyota's GR line this year. The Gazoo racing cars are essentially carryovers from years previous, but they deserve mention in this for being probably the most enthusiast-minded and enthusiast-forward-thinking cars that an OEM has offered over the past few years. You already know that we love all these, and the Supra will be getting, or will have, a special edition this year, so there's a little something new to look forward to. But we know you guys are modifying these very heavily already, and we've loved seeing them, so big shout out to GR. Love you guys. And just like we mentioned, the special edition of this year's Supra can be seen right here in this awesome exclusive orange cover. It's the 45th anniversary of the Supra, and thankfully available in a manual transmission. Big shout out to GR for remembering that. This is undoubtedly one of the most exciting brand new cars for enthusiasts. This is the brand new C8 Z07, the successor to the Z06 before it. This is our first live look at a C8 Z07. Obviously visually stunning. You see the eye-popping yellow and carbon fiber everywhere. And you can tell by the crowd behind me, it is extremely popular, and that's because it is extremely fast. On both doors, they have a sticker boasting that they are the production car lap record holder at Mosport with a time of 1 minute and 22 seconds. For those that don't know, that is extremely fast. That's beating several Porsches before it, several exotics. When it comes to bang for your buck, Corvette is still king. It's making 670 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque, and that is all mated to an 8-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission. That means you've got the paddles. It's faster than you can shift. I'm sorry, manual fans, as much fun as that would be, you don't set lap records like that with a manual. Behind me is probably one of the most explosive hybrid powertrain vehicles that we've ever seen, the Corvette E-Ray. It's not entirely an EV. It's got a 6.2-liter LT2 that makes about 500 horsepower just beneath it, and it gets an additional 160 from the E all-wheel drive electric powertrain unit. This thing is fast as hell. It is the quickest Corvette ever, with a 0 to 100 about 2.5 seconds. We've got a friend of ours in Vegas, Matt Jaskell, who happened to drive one of these. That was absolutely exhilarating. The styling is really cool as well. Total horsepower is about 655. It's also got a standard stealth mode, so you can drive on purely electric power up to 6.5 kilometers at 72 kilometers an hour. Behind me is something we've talked about on the show before. When it was first announced, we saw all the sneak peeks, and it's certainly one of the most exciting new vehicles for car enthusiasts. This is the Mustang Dark Horse. It is the new generation, so the S660 chassis, and we're looking at the Dark Horse in person for the very first time. This thing makes about 500 horsepower, 418 pound-feet of torque. Probably the most popular thing here at the Ford booth, and for good reason. I think it looks killer. The emblems are cool. The paint job is cool. Ford does a really good job with paints. All credit to them for that one. Enthusiasts will be thrilled to know it is a 6-speed manual transmission, so you can row the gears. It is a proper muscle car for the modern era. And judging by the looks, it's going to get a lot of attention in the coming years. We know some of you are going to pick this up and modify it, so we're really curious to see what happens. I want to see someone put some old school, like chrome American muscle wheels on one of these as an homage to the Mustangs of years past. Let us know if you were going to pick one up and modify it. Please let us know what you have planned. We would love to get a better look. Just careful while you steer that thing, you know, Mustang fans?